Okay, I see somebody jumped in quick. Um, what's up? I see you. Michelle's daughter. Yes, you guys wanted to know the truth. You guys woke me up and said, we need this right now. I need to know if it's true. I need to know what's going down. And I said, hey, I'm going to do what I do. I'm going to do what I do. So I didn't jump on board yesterday when everybody else, did their thing and went crazy and decided that they wanted to jump out the boat and go out there and start talking about situations, and they didn't have anything in place. So a week ago, somebody told me that Joe was in one of his moods and they didn't know what was going on with Joe. It was like Joe was unusually Joe. And I'm like, well, what does that mean? Like what Joe Budden is normally Joe Budden to me, I don't really see, you know, like I told people, I did the video, the three Joe Buttons. When I did that video, everybody hit me up and was like, dude, I mean, what do you mean they shut him down? I mean, I don't understand what you mean. I mean, I'm standing here talking to you, so I must be good. I don't know what he's done, so I can't speak on his situation. But anyway, back to what we're talking about. So I was being informed that Joe a week ago was being really short with everybody. He was busy, he had a lot of stuff going on, but he was very short with people. So a lot of people were asking questions like, "Man, was everything all right with Joe?" And Joe was heavy on his phone the other day, stressing over cigarettes, and noticeably, some things were out of place. Now, Joe is very private with a lot of his entanglements. A lot of people know better than to ask Joe anything about what's going on in the household. Joe will tell you that's none of your effing business. Okay, if I don't share it with you, you're not gonna know it. We're gonna keep everything to the chest. But the problem with Joe, and a lot of people know, he knows it, and anybody who's ever probably dated him would know, in the industry know, Joe is very insensitive at times. He has a very I don't care button, and that he's taking medication for this to try to help him open up. He was very pessimistic person, very negative. He didn't feel that way. He felt I was being very positive. People just not receptive to me being positive. Just because I don't agree with your level of positivity doesn't mean that I'm negative. So Joe is the type, and I told you about that. Most people who talk about a lot of people's other things don't really share too much of stuff about themselves. And when they do, they freak out. Wendy Williams, freak out. 50 Cent, freak out. Most of them talk about everybody else. Somebody do something or say something to them, they get very super sensitive. So Joe gets very insensitive when it comes to sin. And they had a big fight at the house where Joe stormed out, right? Joe stormed out the house. It was a big fight. They cussed each other out on social media. Joe basically was like, I made you. If it wasn't for me, type of thing. And now that Joe's in a position he's in and he's feeling like I made you what you are and this and that, he can talk very condescending while being calm. So she just got to the point where she's fed up with putting out Joe's fight and him coming back saying he's sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. So they both was like, she was coming right back with the storm. And then he's like, well, she's being very loud. I'm not going to be loud with her. I'm going to leave. But you're not going to get custody of my son. That's my son. He's going to be in my life. Now, if you're unhappy and you want to leave all this, then you can leave. I'm not going to hold you, but you're not going to be snatching my son out of my life. So all of these things take place, allegedly. He leaves. Joe leaves in a huff. Now he's on some tour or something. I don't know. It was like, oh, he's on a promotional tour thing. I'm like, what? So Joe's out. Joe's doing some promotional tour, whatever business thing he's supposed to be doing. He's gone. So it looked like he ran away from sin. Okay, promotional podcast tour, whatever that is, he's on that. And he blocked everything out, took off like a bullet, and it looked like he ran out on sin. So everybody's freaking out about that. So the information came back. It was like, yo, he on tour. I hoped it would last, but I remember when I talked about this relationship before. You go back and watch the video. I said when I did the three Joe Buttons video, I even brought it up then. I said, podcast Joe. That's the Joe I like. Like I'm cool. I could be cool with podcast Joe Button. State of the Union Joe Button. Me and him wouldn't get out of that. And love and hip hop Joe Button. I wouldn't get along with none of them two. And those three Joe Buttons. I mean, him and Tahiri was a toxic situation. Joe's got to defeat the inner demons first. He's got to let himself get in a position where he got to understand. Like, me and Joe have the very same problem. We are very insensitive. And please hit the like button, people. You guys are just jumping in here. We had 325 and only 32 likes. Like, what are you even saying right now? And don't forget to support the page too. Hit the link in the description box and donate to the page. You leave your number in there. I can call you up. You want to get in the video, you can. And my Cash App name is Carcino. And my man, Kenyon is sent that. He said, "Thank this is for the video work, bro." I appreciate that. He hit up my Cash App. That's what's up. I feel that. Now, the way I look at it is different. Guru Roach came through on the Cash App. I see him. A lot of you guys hit up the Cash App. That's love. Well, it's all we know at this time. There was a massive argument and fight to where they said the cops almost were called. And Joe just storms out of the house and saying he's going on tour. He's taking off his engagement ring. I mean, she took off her engagement ring. She deleted all his pictures off the Instagram. He got mad and deleted all her pictures off the Instagram. They unfollowed each other off social media, and she's like, "I'm done. I'm done with Joe. I don't want nothing to do with Joe." And Joe's like, "I can go to the strip club anytime I want and pick up another girl. What is she crazy?" Hey, Maul, is she crazy? I could get another girl just like that. I'm Joe Budden. Rory, am I crazy or what? Can I get another one? Statistically, it shows that you can get another one, Joe. Unfortunately, we all saw it coming, but I've always said that is that I hope for Joe Budden's sake that he made it because Sin seemed to be the type of energy that could sustain Joe and help him get to a level of opening up. And I felt when he had a kid and everything else, everything's gonna open up for Joe. And plus Sin's crazy too. No, it's not just a one-way street here where everybody's just gonna jump on Joe. Sin's crazy too. She's got that Colombian whatever mix, and she's a little extra too. But we know how she came in the game. I mean, we know what it is. These situations always show up. It's like we're okay, Dominican, whatever. Keep it. The game used to hit it. A couple other people used to hit it. Joe, I don't care what my ex did before I knew her. I don't care about her past. Well, her past can dictate her future, which means that she's the kind of girl that, doesn't mean that she's wifey material. That she knows about running a household, wanting to be in the household and do certain things. She's gonna want to do certain stuff and go out and do all these things that you're not gonna be or have the energy for. Joe has a lot of me in him, and I have a lot of me in Joe. I can relate to a lot of the insecurities. He don't like a lot of people around. I don't like a lot of people around. We both old school. We have zero tolerance for the nonsense. We would just leave a situation. Like I left a chick, she probably don't know. To this day, they don't know why I left the relationship. I was already at the point of fed upness, and it was just the one thing happened, and it wasn't that one thing. It was a combination of things. But I just walked out. I was like, it was Bad Girls Club. I'm sitting there and they watching Bad Girls Club and her and her mama, and I'm sitting there like, this can't be my life. All right, I'm gonna go home. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. I get in my car, I drive off, and I ain't seen her in 10 years. That was when I had the Durango. So yeah, that was like 10 years. So we're talking probably 2009. About 2009. I walked out. I'm like, I can't hit this. I I don't even want to hit this chick no more. Like this, and hit means have sex. By the way. So please hit the like button if you're coming in. If you want to donate to the page, hit the Cash App up, and we can make some things happen. Drake had Tahiri. He flew her out the country, had her swimming with dolphins, and all of these things. And then Joe got in his feelings about the whole situation. Did I get your cash out? Let me check, Michelle's daughter. Uh-oh, yeah, I see it. I appreciate it. Thank you, Miss Benson. They had a fight. Differences of opinion. No one knows the real issue of the fight. But Joe has been stressed and for over a week, people said he's been really stressed. And he stormed out the house, grabbed his stuff, basically was in the mind frame of it's all mine anyway. And very very insensitive, put people down, has that way of making them sound like they're stupid. And he's kind of insensitive the way he says things and don't think about other people's feelings. And if you're dealing with somebody who's really all about feelings and all this stuff, it'll rub them the wrong way. I lost a lot of girls like that. You remember, I all I had to do was shut up, and I just couldn't help but tell her she was wrong, and I just had to ask her, like, remember, I was dating a girl who thought the doggone quadricep muscle was in the arm, and she's going to medical school, and I'm like, you're going to medical school, and you, I could ask any bum on the street, a quadricep muscle is in the arm. Are you serious? So when I bring that up, and she was like, "Well, I'm not going there I'm going to dentistry." I was like, "I can go right now on Google, call every dentist on this number, dial them up. Yo, dentist man, what's up, dentist? I can call a guy named Dennis. I can call the dentist, anybody, and say, where's the quadricep muscle located on the body? Oh, that's in the leg." I'm like, "Did you go to school? Where did you go to school?" Jesus, the educational system is crazy. I even heard a stripper say these heels make my quad hurt. And I'm squat. So even strippers know. So I brought this up to her. I didn't even have to go down this lane, but I brought this up to her, and right away I was being insensitive to her feelings. So I get it. I get it. I know some people can't deal with it. Oh my God. Trisha123 has shown up. The boyfriend let you come back on the page? Is that what happened, Trish? Let me see if somebody donated to the Stream Lab so I can call them up. You can click the donate button in there. And those who donate, they can get on we can call you up and get you on the line. But see, I like Joe and Sin together. I really felt he was happy. So right now they probably can get through with it. They probably just blew up to the max. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Oh, thanks, Layla and Lee and Tremaine Nelps donating to the page, but they didn't leave a number, so I couldn't call them. Congratulations. Trisha is pregnant and she's been sick. The Philly girl. She's having a baby. He made sure, I'll make sure you ain't going on Carcino page no more. I'm gonna get her pregnant so she ain't leaving me. He's like, now you got her pregnant. Like, yeah, okay. You can go and get on this page now. I ain't mad. Go and knock yourself out. See you in 9 months. See, back before it was cable television, this used to happen, Trisha. Before cable television, this is what used to happen. Guys used to go out and the girl be like, I'm tired of you going out doing this and this and this and this. The women used to stay in the house and cook and clean and do all this. The men did all the working and going out and playing and having fun. And when she's like, you know what, I'm leaving. I'm going to my mother's. I'm going home. Because that's what all women used to say back in those days, in the olden days. I'm going back to stay with my mother. They would go back to their mother, pack their bags, and then they'll have that big talk. And next thing you know, the guy would get her pregnant so she don't leave. And she's like, I'm pregnant. He'd be like, yes, now I know she ain't going to her mom's. She's staying here. So they would get women pregnant to stay in the house. That's why you see so many big families. You seen like 13 kids in the family. Those was to keep you from leaving, baby. So to tie that into this, Joe Budden got Sin pregnant so she wouldn't leave him. Boom! And now that the baby's here and everything else, she got a security blanket like a mug. Everything, but he loved her. He did. Joe loves her. He still loves her. That's why he's this hurt. Joe would have bounced and wouldn't have cared and did his podcast thing. Nothing would have bothered him. Joe was noticeably disturbed. They was like, Joe is noticeably disturbed. Mixing lies with facts. That's called everything on television and everything you've seen on the internet. But I don't know what part I could be lying about. Everything I said was 100% spot on. They left each other basically. They had a big fight. She took off her engagement ring. She deleted all his pictures on Instagram and unfollowed him. He went to unfollow her and delete all her pictures off. He's reacting to a lot of things that she's doing. She's the one that's really mad at Joe. What Joe did, we don't know, but I'm quite sure Joe's very insensitive. They've had blow ups. Like this isn't the first one. Like people you guys never knew. They broke up for like about a month. They were like, bro, this is before she got pregnant. They broke up for like 2 months, 3 months, broken up. Now they back together. But the public never really knew. It was starting to come out. Are they fighting and all this stuff? And they were like together. And It was a lot of times where they had big fallouts and didn't speak to each other for about a month, and then they were cool again. But they had to get past that stage, and then when she got pregnant, it was just a good period of time. He was going to be a father, and that kind of mend things together a little bit. And you're like, okay, well, maybe we're working towards something here. I really think they belong to each other. Like Joe, I don't think will ever find another girl that's as compatible as Sin is. So I think for his benefit, they need to stay together. LM, thanks for the donation, man. I see you. And Michelle's daughter. The button stands are coming in here. And what they're gonna do? Button in. Ah! Ah! He said button in. No, I be here, little piggy, piggy. Here, little piggy, piggy. See, I really have a piggy bank. I got all this change, man. That's why I was want to get rid of this change. I mean, all of this stuff to me is just I don't really get caught in it. Hopefully they get back together. It's not it's just the fact that they're engaged, they calling everything off, they doing this. It must be sweeps week. It's gonna be great for television. He said, you knew it was over. This has nothing to do with the game. Okay. Let's get that in perspective right now. This has nothing to do with the game. And if you guys want to hit up the Cash App. I'm Carcino on the Cash App, as you guys all should know. And if you want to donate to the page, my super chat button is in the description box. And you can leave me a message there. You can leave your number if you want me to call you and get you involved. It can go down. It's cool, Lee. I saw you. I saw you on there. He said he loved all my top. My name is Lee from Cali. Joe Budden is actually he looks older than what he really is. He's probably just 40, maybe. He just looks really, really old. LM really loves Arnie's. I haven't been to Arnie's in years, dog. Ever since they said like you can't sleep with the chicks in there no more, I'm like, oh, okay, well, ain't no need of me being here. Hello? Mr. Lee Evans, how you doing, sir? This is Carcino. This Carcino.
Hey, how you doing, Carcino?
I'm doing all right.
I got a lot of love for you, man. A lot of love for you.
Oh, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Keep the real stuff like that. Hey, I want to ask you, you gonna watch the fight tonight?
Am I watching the fight tonight? Yes.
Oh, okay. You gonna talk about it?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do a post fight right as soon as it's over. I would do it live, but I don't know how. Like they be flagging people channels and stuff, so I don't know where they going with that.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, I'll wait for you to talk about it because I was gonna watch it. I was like, I'm gonna watch the Warriors though. I'm gonna watch the Warriors game and it's gonna
The Warriors game is going right on DVR.
okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna go from that right there to that event. Yeah, it's gonna be on.
So he's going for it.
I think Canelo's gonna win about 10th round. I think he'll stop Jacobs. I mean,
Oh, okay.
Jacobs has got the best shot of anybody to beat him, but because he could actually step back. No, he haven't fought one of those fighters in a while, and when he fought fighters that step back, he's had issues with them. Austin Trout, Floyd Mayweather, Erislan De Laura, those guys who took a step back, gave him some difficulty. But I think he's way more experienced now. And plus, Jacobs is the type of guy who mentally falls asleep sometimes in the ring and get caught.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know if he's gonna be getting up and getting caught when Canelo hit him. Because this ain't Triple G. He ain't gonna be Canelo ain't just gonna be standing there. He got great upper body movement.
Yeah. So, I know you got a lot going on and stuff like that. I was watching live, so I don't know about talking about Joe Biden, whatever his name is, and stuff like that. So
Yeah, we were just finishing up there with Joe because that's this big thing right now on social media. Everybody was hitting my emails up about that. Like, you gotta talk about Joe. I'm like, Joe is very private though. You're not gonna really get too much of like what was going on and how they might save that for a TV show with them. You never know what's real and what's part of the show.
exactly, I was just back to see what stage or something.
You gotta ask it nowadays because they stage so much stuff. It's like nobody lives in reality no more.
Yeah, that.
Jay Z and Beyonce. That's like the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, there's actually photos of them, like all those photos that try to make it look like they were spontaneous. They practice those. They sit there and go, "Okay, you ready? All right, now I'm gonna laugh." I do like fake laughs while somebody take the pictures. It's like the goofiest thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, what? Like, is this real? And I'm like, people are just weird like this now. And I'm just like, this is where we fall into this.
Yeah, exactly. So you said that they really not happy. But
Well, for Joe is insensitive. He's got a lot of issues, like with commitment and things of that nature. And I feel him. I understand that. I have the same thing. We both could recognize it. I've worked my way around some of them that, I'm like, okay, I've worked, compromised and put up with a lot of BS. Like, okay, I'll just put up with it. But before I had no tolerance for any of it. I'd be like, you want to leave? Okay, bow. I'll get another one. It was just that mentality. I had no compromise, no trying to work it out. But this is different. Now they got a kid. They was engaged, and whatever the fight is, they're just mad to this point. They will still probably get back together naturally. But for him, I hope so, because she could deal with his type of crazy. When you got somebody who could deal with your type of crazy, then you need to stick with that person probably for the rest of your life. Because you're going to go out there and grab somebody who ain't going to be dealing with your type of crazy. And you're going to have even worse episodes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Wow. Yeah, that's very tired though. He's tired though. Like, no, man, get out of here.
Everybody can get tired. I mean, but see, that's the thing that people don't understand. She might be tired of you too. And that's something the guy don't ever think about. What I do? He'd be like, yeah, she might be tired of you too, bro. like my boy was like, man, I'm just tired. He told that to his girl, I'm just tired. You wear people down. I'm tired. She was like, I've been tired of you. What I do? I'm like, what do you mean you didn't dump all this on her? They're talking about I'm just tired. Then she was like, I'm tired. I've been tired of you. He was like, what I do? And that was crazy.
Man, hey, man, I'm glad you called those good, hear from me, man. Help me put your page as much as I can and stuff like that, man. Because you're a good brother, man.
Hey, thank you, man. That's what I'm saying. That's all I try to do is help people out and give them as much information I can. But thanks, man. All right, Lee, we'll holler. You too. All right, bro. That's Lee Evans Jr. Hopefully he gonna be on the page tonight when we talk about the fight. Prague, what's up? I heard your mixtape. I heard your EP, man. Prague got an EP out, y'all, called Pragmatic. Y'all didn't know Prague was rapping out here? Prague was putting it down. Where did I hear it? Star. You can thank Star for that. Yep, Ranger Sonic. Pragmatic. Uh-oh. I was like, look at old Prague getting down. He got an amusement park ride, like the Far Side. I'm like, what is going on here? Pragmatic. He said it's on YouTube. Do you think the Migos would get back together? I didn't know they broke up. You mean make another album together? They might down the road. But see, this is why they did everything individually because they had a terrible deal when they were together. And this is what I told you that the Migos would make more money apart than they would together. It's the same type of deal that happened with New Edition. New Edition, the same thing. They never had a problem with one another. It was only the fact that when together as the group New Edition, they're signed that contract they got was they weren't going to get any money. So it was better for them to just make their own separate groups and then they can all get money. It's the business. And here we are 30 some years later and contracts are still screwed up. People still getting screwed over for money in the record business. It's crazy. They almost broke up if it wasn't for Bad and Bougie. They were broken up then. Like they were to go do their own separate things because the Migos, they weren't making any money. They was in that 360 deal and they were like, we're not happy here with 300 Entertainment. They wasn't. They had. They were no. They best work was way back then when they was making white tea and all that. I know because I was in the strip club. I had the chicks bouncing on my lap. I'm put the white tea song back on, baby. I got a white tea. Shoot, I was on there. I had the whole Migos mixtape playing. That was nothing but strip club music. And this is way before Bad and Bougie. So when Bad yeah, so when that all happening came about, you started to see another level. So they went that route. He said, "You mean T-shirt? Yeah, T-shirt, whatever it's called. Yeah, if that was on Culture One, that's is what we played. It was the strippers were stripping, and I was tipping, getting it in." I still got photos of that. Woo! New stylist. I wish I could show you. Joe Budden gonna be, I'm single now. Let me see. I can see this. Oh man, she reminds me of Sin. It's something about those Dominicans, man. I don't know what it is. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wow. She does kind of remind me of Sin, and Sin does remind me of Tahiri. Prince versus Michael Jackson. We've already done that. Well, Joe has a type. Joe has nothing but dated, nothing but strippers. Me, I don't date strippers. There's a difference. I don't date strippers. Oh yeah, the three Joe buttons. I remember I did that in that interview. Everybody was cracking up. I did the three Joe Button personalities: Podcast Joe, Love and Hip Hop Joe, and State of the Union Joe Button. Oh, I got to get ready for the fight. I would do that later on. I might do the three Joes return or something and do something like that again. But thank you for supporting the page. Did y'all donate to the page? Who all hit me up on the Cash App? I am Carcino on the Cash App. Don't forget it. I seen how many people hit me up today? Few people hit me up. When did I turn off my phone? I've had this phone for 4 years. I do not. I do not switch up. There's the Cash App. Oh, they even got my picture all screwed up. The female boxing fan is back. What I'm lying about, Buddha? I have not seen the female boxing fan in I don't know how long. That's about the best I can get it for you. Here, I don't know if anybody ever did this. I sent it to people. I don't know if they got it. Since y'all support my page, here's the code for Black Panther. I don't know if I gave it to y'all before. I don't know if somebody ever used it. So y'all can download it right now, and you got the access to the movie. This is a book I'm gonna get to Joe Budden. The Power of Positivity. Joe, you need that penguin. That penguin could lead you to the positive thinking. And I'm gonna get that book for you, Joe. You need to think positive. I send that to every chick that be getting on my nerves, yelling and arguing at me, and that I send them that picture of me holding that book. You're negative. You're so negative. I sit on the picture of me holding that book. The Power of Positivity. I get that book to Joe. Here, Joe. Good. Positivity, good. I'm going to hit her right in the head with it enough time, and I'm going to feel real positive about it. I'll be like, Joe, God, what I'm going to do with you, Joe? What I'm going to do with Joe?